George, they got it.
George, on the right!
George, up top, George, to the right! George, to your right side, to your right! George, to your right!
There's news about a major sports gambling indictment today.
I just saw that. My God, that's crazy.
So people have been comparing it to some of the Ocean's films.
Because we also got compared to the Louvre Heist, which I think you got to put me in, like, CGI me into that basket coming out of the Louvre. I think you should do that. Yeah, we get blamed for everything now, you know.
Life imitates art, right?
Well, that was crazy because it's all mobsters, you know. You're hearing the Gambino family and stuff. It's like
2 families.
I think it's 3, maybe. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm so curious for you, how do you think these moments fit in our cultural history? You know, just kind of given the Black Sox scandal of 1919.
1919. Well, I was a Cincinnati Reds fan. There was the Reds that were playing the Chicago White Sox, so I have great guilt for all of that. But you know, those are there. We've never had a moment in our history that we didn't have some dumb scandal or something crazy. I think I feel very bad for the gambling scandal because this was on the night that, you know, we had some amazing basketball happen, and it was too bad that other story sort of stole it. And you just hope that everybody's going to be okay. You know, history doesn't go in a straight line, and we find that we'll get a couple of steps forward and a step back. And it's not just my country. I find it happening in a lot of countries right now. And our hope is that it doesn't mean you don't get in and fight and work to try and make the world better. That you fail as much as you succeed, but that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't try.
You know, they say that the arc bends towards justice, and I think our feeling is it takes individuals to bend the arc, and that's why we say at the foundation we're trying to wage justice, because it's an action. And I think it's a time in the world where people realize that you can't be vigilant, you have to be vigilant. Yes. About human rights.
And to your left, please.
And up to the top, please.
And over here, please.
I think there hasn't been a time in 300 years that free speech hasn't been under threat. It's always under threat. And it's a battle that has to be fought endlessly. You know, it's never over and it's never complete. And every time we think we've mastered it, and I'm not just talking about the United States, I mean everywhere. Every time we think we've found a way to we've moved on, then we find moments where we say, oh, actually, we still have to keep fighting this fight. Long before I was a successful actor, I grew up in the 60s. You know, we had the Vietnam War protests, we had the women's rights protests, we had the civil rights protests. If you weren't part of protesting and part of action, then you weren't participating in society. So my generation, we always did this. This is not something that you do just because your voice gets louder.
Get all these big Hollywood houses. How do you do that? How do you get people to
look up to you?
Work hard and surround yourself well.
With old gray-haired people, yeah.
I actually FaceTimed them on the way here, and they were like, why do you look so fancy? So I don't think they particularly appreciate it yet. They're only 8, so
They got time to.
A fair amount of ceremony, but a lot of real joyous energy. I think people have to retain their composure. Things are being shaken up now, and values and institutions are being tested, and I think they'll come out stronger. It's good to be tested, it's good to be shaken up, it's good to be forced to say, why do we believe in the things that we've been fighting for so long?
Over the years, you know, working together with Amal and George over the years, doing their wedding, you know, Amal's wedding makeup, and just sort of, you know, in so many ways. And I think what they're doing, you know, here, creating a more positive world, we all have that, as I said before, that collective responsibility to make, you know, the change making that they're doing, that social impact. It's really important. So it's amazing to be here tonight to really see all of this come together. Thank you.
Just above it, please.
Light today.
And to your left, please.
joke with my wife. You guys are all very nice.
I think George and Amal are incredible human beings, absolutely amazing. For all the reasons everybody knows about and for all the reasons everybody doesn't know about. You know, I showed up here this morning early to do like a sound check, and George was here. And, you know, he wanted to talk about the set list, and all the tables were getting set up, and he was standing here at 10 o'clock this morning. So I think that they're hardworking and it just, importantly, empathic people.
I met George when I was 18, and from that moment until now, he's constantly inspired me to do better, be better, and dream better for the world, and do whatever I possibly can from my little piece of the puzzle.
And last one here. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Because I think that, advocating free speech and tolerance, even if you disagree with the person's point of view, we should all be, in my opinion, allowed to say and do what we want to do in the world. But there are many places that you can't do that.
Over here, please.
And again, eyes to the centre. And up to the top, please.
And back to me, please.